Good afternoon, wonderful people. Today I'll be discussing about the cheetah with you lovely people. Yes, Animal Plus will bring varieties of animals and everything that concerns animal towards you. Things that you need to know that you don't know about animals. At Animal Plus, we are here to derive them to you live and direct. Yeah, so I'll be talking about the cheetah. Things you don't know about the cheetah. I'll bring them to you live and direct today. So, firstly, the cheetah is a large cat native to Africa and central Iran. It is the fastest land animal, estimated to be capable of running to 80 to 128 kilometers per hour. It is the fastest reliable recorded speed, being 93 and 98 kilometers per hour, and as such as several adaptations for speed, including a light build, long thin legs, and large tall tails. They typically reach 67 to 95 centimeters as the shoulder, and the head and body length is between 1.1 and 1.5 meters. Adults weigh between 21 to 22. Adult weight cheetahs can be weighed within 21 to 75 kg. So that's to show you that the cheetah is a real large cat and everything like that. Its head is small and rounded and has a short snout, black tail-like facial stripes. This coat is typically tawny to creamy white or pale buff, and it's mostly covered with evenly spaced solid black spots. Four subspecies are recognized about the cheetah. So we have like different kind of four subspecies from the cheetah. Four different kind of cheetahs exist, if you don't know that. The cheetah lives in three main social groups: families and their cubs, male collation, and solitary males. While females lead nomadic life, searching for prey in large open ranges. Males are more sedentary and instead establish much smaller territories and areas with plentiful prey and access to females. The cheetah is active during the day, with peaks during the dawn and dusk. It feeds on small, medium-sized prey, mostly weighed under 42 kilometer, weighed under 40 kg, and prefers medium size on breeds such as impala, springbok, and Thomas gazelles. The cheetah typically stalks its prey to within 60 to 70 miles. So the cheetah stalks its prey within 70 to 70 miles. It can stalk a prey within 70 to 70 miles. That's quite awesome. That's nice. That's nice to know. Charges towards its trips during its case and bites its throat to suffocate it to death. It breeds throughout the year after a gestation of nearly 3 months. Wow. A litter of typical 3 or 4 cubs is born. Its prey to within 60 to 70 meters. Charges towards its trips during the cheetah and bites it through. It bites its throat to suffocate it to death. So cheetahs bites the prey on the throat to suffocate it to death. That's how they kill their prey and everything like that. Wow. So once the cheetah grabs the animal at the neck, you know that the animal is gone already. This is what you need to know about the cheetah. So welcome back to the program Animal Plus. The cheetah occurs in a variety of habitats such as the savannas, the serines and mountains, ranges in Sahara and hilly deserts terrain. The cheetah is treated by several factors such as the habit loss, the conflict with humans, poaching, and high susceptibility to disease. Historically, ranging throughout most of the sub-Saharan Africa. the extending eastward into the Middle East and to central India. The cheetah is now distributed mainly in small fragments population in central Iran and southern eastern northern West Africa. In 2016, the global cheetah population was estimated at around 7,100 individuals in the wild. It is listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. In the past, cheetahs were tamed and trained for hunting on gullets. They have been widely depicted in hats, illustrated advertising and animations. They have been widely depicted in hats, illustration and advertising and animation. So these are the things you need to know. They have used the cheetahs for several different kinds of stuff. In the past, the cheetah was often called hunting leopard because they could be tamed and used by causing the generic name, probably derived from the combinations of two Greek words. Meaningfully, a true translation is impossible name. The reference of the cheetah limited abilities to retrieve its claws. A similar meaning can be obtained by the combination of the Greek prefix employing a lack of meaning to move or to set in motion. A few generic names such as the Cynalirus and Cynophilus are flawed to the similarities between the cheetah and the cane. So we got a lot of things you don't know about what is going on about cheetahs. Just here to just enlighten you and make you understand that there are different kind of ways and different kind of stuff you really don't know about cheetahs. We are here to bring everything to your doorsteps. In 1777, Johann Christian Daniel von described the cheetah based on a skin from the Cape of Good Hope and gave it the scientific name Felis jubatus. Joshua Bruce proposed the generic name Axinox in 1828. In 1917, Reginald Innes Pocock placed the cheetah in a subfamily of its own, Acinocene, giving it striking morphology resemblance to the greyhound and significant deviation from typical field feature. The cheetah was classified in a felony in later taxonomic revision. In the 19th to 20th centuries, several cheetah specimens were described from some were proposed as substitute and on an example in the Southern Africa specimens known as the woolly cheetah, named for its nominance. This was described as the new specific flares. 1877, but the classifier was mostly disputed. There has been considerable confusion of cheetahs and leopards. There have been confusions about the cheetahs and leopards, that they kind of look alike or something like that. There are similarities, as authors often confused putting leopards in independent species or equally to the leopards. So you can see that a lot of things are really occurring. Subspecies of leopards. In 1975, 5 subspecies were considered valid taxa. Study found minimal genetic variation between A. The cat classified task force of IUCN Cat Specific Group reviews failed taxonomy and recognized their 4 subspecies as valid. Their details are tabulated between. Subspecies: Southeast African cheetah, jubatus. Rainy is genetically derived from Aztec cheetah, 67,000 to 32,000 years ago. As of 2016, the largest population of nearly 4,000 individuals is sparsely distributed in Angola, Botswana, Mozambique, Namibia, and South Africa and Zambia. Asiatic cheetah. This subspecies is confined to central Iran. It is the only surviving cheetah population in Asia. As of 2022, only 12 individuals were estimated to survive in ground, 9 of which are males and 3 of which are females. So see, we really have lots of stuff to find out about cheetahs that we don't know. Northeast African cheetah. It's a disease that occurs in northern Central African Republic, Chad, Ethiopia, South Africa, Sudan, in small and heavily fragmented population. In 2016, the largest population of 238 individuals occurred in northern Cape and southern Louisiana, Chad. It derived genetic from Southeast Africa cheetah 72,000 and 60,000 years ago. These subspecies occur in Algeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. In 2016, the largest population of 119 individuals occurred in Adra and Tazil in south-central Algeria, Mali. It is listed as this critical endangered on the IUCN Red List. Together, these 3 species from Puma lineage, one of the 8 lineage of the extreme fields, the Puma lineage, from the rest 16.7 million. Sister group of the Puma lineage is the clade of smaller Old World cats that individuals the genera Felis, Autocolobus, and Primanarius. So these names are real gigantic names of Puma that you might not know and not find out elsewhere. You can only find this out on Talks Media TV. This is why we give you direct and latest gist that you need to find out. The oldest cheetah fossil is separated in Eastern and Southern Africa and dates 3.5. The earliest known specimen from South Africa is from the West deposits and Sebring grotto. Photos indicate from large but less ferocious than the modern cheetah. European limited to the few middle specimens and the Mozambique sands. Cheetahs like cats and only from Hawaii dated as 10,000 years ago from the Old World. Giant cheetah, a pandanus, significantly large, slower compared to modern cheetah, occurred in Eurasia, Eastern Southern Africa in the Villafrichine period, roughly 3.8 and 1.9 in the middle settings with a smaller cheetah. The intermediate ranges from Europe and China. The modern cheetah appeared in Africa. Around 1.9 million fossils around this route to Africa. Extinct Northern African cheetah. Extinct Northern African cheetah like cats and classified in Felis Puma. 2 such species were considered to be closer to the Puma and to the cheetah. Despite the close similarities to the latter, noting this neither dams proposed a new subgenus under Axioms in 1979 for North American cheetahs like cats. This was later elevated to genus rank. So we can know that things occurred and things happened. So later this occurred to junior rank. So that's just what you need to know. The 3 species of Puma lineage may have had a common ancestry during some suggest that the Northern American cheetah possibly migrated to Asia and Bering Straits, then dispersed southward to Africa, though some authors have expressed doubt over the occurrence of cheetahs like cats and Northern Americans. Instead, suppose that the modern cheetah to have evolved from Asia, population that eventually spread to Africa. So welcome back, guys. So if you want to know the genetic of leopard, the diploid number of chromosomes in the cheetah is 38, the same as in most other fields. The cheetah was the first field observed to have usually low genetics variety, which has led to poor breeding in captivity, increased particular and defense, high juvenile mortal and increased susceptible to disease of infections. A prominent instance was the deadly variant and coronavirus outbreak in a cheetah breeding facilities of Oregon in 1983, which had a mortality rate of 60%, higher than that recorded of previous episodic infections occurred in any population. Skin grafts exchange between a pair of unrelated individuals would be rejected. Skin grafts and exchange between unrelated cheetahs are accepted well and heal as if their genetics makeup were the same. We also have the king cheetah. The king cheetah is a variety of the cheetah with a rare mutation of cream-colored format with large bloody spots, 3 dark wide stripes extending from the neck to the tail. In Zimbabwe, it was known as Nosophysis and thought to become a cross between a leopard and a hyena. A copper wrote about the cheetah-like animal. He had short near modern-day hair with a fur as thick as that of a non-leopard and spots that merged to form of straight. He suggested it could be a cross between a leopard and a cheetah. As more such individuals were observed, it was seen that they had non-restrict claws like the cheetah. In 1927, Peacock described these individuals as a new species by the name of Axinus rex. However, in the absence of the proof to support his claims, he withdraws his proposal in 1933. Abel Chapman considered it a color morph of normal spotted cheetah. Since 1927, the king cheetah has been reported 5 more times in wild in Zimbabwe, Botswana, and northern Transylvania. One was photographed in 1975. So, 1975. In 1981, 2 female cheetahs that had mated with a wild male from Transvaal as the Wild Cheetah and Wildlife Center, South Africa, gave birth to 1 king cheetah. Subsequently, more king cheetahs were born at the center. In 2012, the cause of this coat pattern was found to be a mutation in gene of transference. The same gene responsible for the stripes, migrate facial blood classics pattern seen in the tardy cats. The appearance is caused by rainforest of the reserved tail. Hence, its 2 mating cheetahs are indirect carriers of the mutated allele. In a quarter of their offspring can be expected to be the king cheetah. So if you want to know a king cheetah, you see the true stripes from the head till the tail, and it will have dark spots with yellowish and goldish body. Then it has a scar from like the eye till the mouth. This is how you know a king cheetah. There are various kinds of cheetahs, but the king cheetah spot is much wider and much bold than other cheetahs. Characteristics. The characteristics of a cheetah. So if you don't know the characteristics of a cheetah, here we'll tell you now the characteristics that you can find in cheetahs. The cheetah is lightly built spotted cat characterized by a small rounded head, a short snout, black tail like facial stripes, a deep chest, long thin legs and a long tail. It's slender. A deep chest, long chin, legs and a long tail. It's slender, cannon-like form and highly adapted for speed and contrast, sharply with its robust build of genus Panthera. Cheetahs typically reach 67 to 94 centimeters at the shoulder and head. The length is between 1.1 and 1.5. The weight can be weight, age, healthy. Location, sex and subspecies. Adults typically range between 21 to 75 kg. Cubs born in wild weight 150 to 30 grams and 3.3.10.2 oz at birth, while those born in captive tend to be larger, while around 50 grams. Cheetahs are sexually dimorphic, with males larger and heavier than females, but not in the extent seen in other large cats. The coat is typically tawny to creamy white or pale, darker in the mouth back portion. The chin, throat and the underparts of the legs and the belly are white and devoid of markings. The rest of the body is covered with around 2,000 heavily spaced oval or round solid black spots, which measuring roughly 3 to 5 centimeters. Each cheetah has a distinct pattern of spots which can be used to identify the unique. Besides the clearly visual spots, there are other above the nearly back on the understand. The hair is mostly short and often curls, but the chest and belly are covered in soft fur of king cheetahs. The man starts out a cape lock, loose blue-gray hair, juveniles. Cheetahs are rare and have been seen in Zimbabwe in 1877. The cheetah is superficially similar to the leopard, but the leopard has rusting instead of spots and lacks stripes. Moreover, the cheetah is slightly taller than the leopard. The cerebral resemblance in cheetah is physically bold, but significantly smaller, has a shorter tail and a spot fused to form stripes on the back. The cheetah appears to have evolved convergently with canids in morphology and behavior. It has canine-like features such as relatively long-soled long legs, a deep chest, low paws and pads, blunt, semi-retractable claws. The cheetah has often been likened in the greyhound, as both have similar abilities to reach tremendous speeds in shorter times and other means, but the cheetah can attain maximum speed. So the cheetah can really attain maximum speed. This is what you really need to know. The cheetah can attain maximum speed, very fast and very active. So the cheetah is something that is not just rare. It's a rare animal. The cheetah is not something that you can just see any day or anywhere. It's a very fast and speed animal. It can run like the speed of light. And majorly the cheetah has been used for many kinds of adverts and arts over the decades. Even in the decades, even the 20,000 decades ago, cheetah has been used for different kinds of paintings and arts and designs, and even for adverts. Wow, this cheetah is really a great animal. The internal anatomy, sharp concerning with the big cats, its morphology. The cheetah shows several adaptations for prolonged cases to catch prey at some of the fastest and recorded speeds. Its light streamed body makes it well suited to short and explosive bursts of speed, rapid acceleration, and ability to execute extreme changes in direction while moving at high speed. The large nasal passages are caused well due to the smaller sizes of canine teeth, ensures the fastest flow of sufficient air, and the engaged hearts are long. It allows the entrance of blood with oxygen in a short time. This allows cheetahs to rapidly regain their stamina after a chase. During a type chase, this represent rate increased from 60 to 150 breaths per minute. Moreover, they reduce physiology of the blood of a high temperature, common in frequently moving muscles, ease blood flow and increase oxygen transport while running, in addition to having good transaction due to their semi-rechargeable claws. Cheetahs use their tail as a rubber-like means of steering that engages them to make sharp turns necessary to outtake. Moreover, it reduces viscosity of the blood at high temperature. Commonly frequently moved muscles could ease blood flow through oxygen while rolling, in addition to having good traction due to their similar claws. Cheetahs use their tail as a rubber-like means to steer the enable them to walk sharp turns necessary to outflank antelopes, which often change direction to escape during the chase. Protracted claws increase grip over the ground, while pads make the springs more convenient over high ground. The climbs of the cheetah are longer than that typical of other cats. This reduces the risk of losing balance during the runs, but compressing the ability to climb. The highly reduced and cleavage is connected through the ligament of the spatula, which pendulum-like motions increases the stride length and assistance in sharp observation. The extension of the vibrant color can add as much as 76 centimeters. The cheetah resembles the smaller cats in cranial features, and is having a long and flexible spine as obsessed to stiff and shorten one and large fields. The roughly triangle skull has a light narrow bone and segmented crest, in poorly developed possibility to reduce weight and jaws and skulls. The study suggested that the limited restrictions of cheetah claws may result from earlier transactions of development of the middle bone in cheetahs. The cheetahs has a total of 30 teeth. The dental furrow, the sharp narrow, and the carnassials are the large that makes the leopard and the lions suggest that cheetahs can consume large amounts of food in given time period. Smaller flat canals are used to bite the throat and suffocate the prey. A study gave the bite force of the cheetah as 119, close to that of a lion 112, suggesting that adaptations for a lighter skull may not have reduced the power of cheetah. Unlike the cats, cheetah canals have no gap. Cheetah teeth have no gap behind them, being the jaws closed at the top and bottom. Cheek teeth show intensive overload. This is equip upper and lower teeth to effectively tear the meat. The stomach cover shortened extremely than those of the cat, lack a protective sheet applying to the restricted. Claws are blunt due to the lack of the protection, but the large, stronger and curved the claw and remarkably sharp. Cheetahs have a high concentration of nerve cells arranged in a band in the center of the heart. A visual strike, the most effective among the fields. The significant sharpness that visualized enables the cheetah to strive and locate prey against the horizon. The cheetah is unable to grow due to the presence of sharp-edged vocal floatings. Wow, speed and acceleration. So again, if you do not know the speed and acceleration of the cheetah, I'm about to hint you on one or two things about that. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. Estimated maximum speed attained range to 80 to 128 kilometers per hour. A commonly quoted value is 112 kilometers per hour, recorded in 1957, but the measurement is disputed. In 2021, 11-year-old Cheetahs named Sarah from Burundi set a world record by running 100 meters and 39 feet second over a set run, according to a maximum speed of 98 km per hour. Contrary to the common belief that cheetahs hunt by seemingly chasing its prey at high speeds. These findings two studies in 2013 observing hunting cheetahs using GPS colors showing that cheetahs hunt at speeds much lower than the highest record for them during most of the chases. With a few shortened bursts. Last, when they attain back speeds, in one attempt, the average speed according to during speed, Tarzan was 59 km. Hunt for followed by the slowing at the clips of its peak acceleration observed, while the peak acceleration value was speed. The speed attained by the cheetah may be only slightly greater than those achieved by the phenomenon. On the stride of a galloping cheetah measures 4 to 7 meters. The stride length and number of jumps increases with speed during more than half the duration of the sprint. The cheetah has all over lines in hair, increasing the stride length. Running cheetahs can retain up to 90% of heat generated during the chase. A 19.73 study. So this is the length of the sprint, limited explosive, high temperature need to not cause hunts to be abandoned. Captivating to know. These are things you don't really know about cheetahs and you can find only on Talks Media TV. On Talks Media TV, we guarantee you the best and the value of your money. So when you want to get the best and enjoy your time and everything, just come to Talks Media TV. We got you covered. Be it entertainment, be it interviews, be it all sorts of things, you get it on Talks Media TV. We are number one. We are just trying to amaze you with the futures and the impacts that we can guarantee to you right here at Talks Media TV. Just get your mind at ease and everything. We will get you covered. We got you covered in every means and every stuff you need to know about entertainment, animals, cheetahs, and everything you need to know. We got you covered. So let me now go on to the ecological behaviors of the cheetah. These are things you might not find elsewhere, but only on Talks Media TV. Cheetahs are active mainly during the day, whereas other carnivores such as leopards and lions are active mainly at night. These larger carnivores can make kills cheetahs and steal their kills. Hence, during 10 minutes of cheetahs helps them avoid large predators in areas where they are sympathetic traps, such as the Okavan deltas, in areas where cheetahs is the major predator, such as French in Botswana and Namibia. Activity and create at night. This may also happen in highly arid regions such as the Sahara, where the dynamic temperature can reach 43 Celsius. Can also influence cheetahs' routine. Activity might be on moonlight nights as prey can be sighted easily, though they comes with danger of encountering larger predators. Hunting is the major activities throughout the day, with peaks during dusk. Groups rest grass bearing after dusk. Cheetahs often inspect their vicinity as observation points, such as the elevation to check for prey or large carnivores. Even while resting, they take turns to keeping looking out. Even while they rest, they turn at keeping a lookout. Even while they rest, they turn at keeping a lookout. That's very, very nice to know. So I'm glad that you guys got nice information over your Talks Media TV. I got you covered, guys. So for the home ranges and territories of the cheetah, unlike many other fields among cheetahs, families tend to occupy large areas upright to males. Females typically disperse over large areas in pursuit of prey, but they are less dominant around in a similar area. If the area is too high, such as the size of their home, or independent administration of structure in central Namibia, where most prey species are home ranges, which are faded prey. Home ranges 37. Males are generally less, but maybe can often be on collaborations. Whether male settles in areas, despite over large areas, forming home ranges depends primarily on movement of females. Territories prefer only females to attend, which is more in the areas with plenty of prey. The rangers plotted a win. A collection of 3. So these are the communications. You need to know about cheetahs. The cheetah is vocal filled with a broad array of calls and sounds. Algorithms, features, and use of many of these have been studied in details. The vocal characteristics, such as the way they are pronounced, are often different from those of the cats. For instance, a study showed that exhalation is louder than intonation in cheetahs, while no such distinction was observed in the domestic cats. Listed below are some commonly recorded vocal observations in cheetahs. Chattering a cap or a subtle brag is an intense bird-like call. Listed last at the second. Cheetahs chuck when they are excited. For instance, when gathered around the kill, other use them include someone concerned or lost corpse by mother or a parent courtship between adults. The cheetah's cur is smaller to the soft roar of a cat, and its jaw has the greater, louder roar. A smaller but louder call can be heard from up to 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles away. This call is typically used by mothers to locate their cubs or by cubs to find their mothers and siblings. So they just make a sound to find their mothers and siblings in case if they mix up with them. Choring or cutting. A current strip scattered call that can last up to 2 seconds. Curring and chipping have been noted for their similarity to soft, loud and roars of a lion. It produces similar context as chapping, but a study of feeding cheetahs found chopping too much more common. Similar to purring domestics. Sound average. This includes birds roaring and pleasing, mooing and mourning or yawning. A belief indicated distress. For instance, when the cheetah confronts a predator that has stolen its kill, growls, hisses, and moans and commits for multiple, strong and hits on the ground with the front paw, during which the cheetah may retreat by a few meters. Other observation: individuals can make a goggling noise as part of the close amicable interaction. A meow sound may be produced whilst eating apart from chop. Mothers can use the prepared aim to gather cubs and prey to guide from joining. A low-pitch alarm call is used to warn the cubs to stand still. Bickering cubs can let out the pitch rises with the intent of the call and hence on hands note. So these are things you really need to know about the cheetahs. Cheetahs are animals you need to know about them. So these are the really things you need to know about cheetahs. Cheetahs are animals that you need to find out and study and know about. I urge you to just stick to Toxilia TV. Got you covered in all what you need to know about cheetahs and everything. So stick with us next time. Stay with us next time and stay with us next time. Just be with us. Talks Media TV. Where we'll bring you another exciting animal. Where we'll bring you another secret on an animal. We keep bringing it to you what no other station or what no other TV or YouTube can bring to you. Stay with us. Click the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Thank you. See you later.